Hey everybody, we're taking a look at the Lego Barad-dûr set today, which is this massive new set from Lego sitting at 5,471 pieces. This thing is huge, it's like 3 feet tall, and it's got a gorgeous exterior and interior. Before we take a look at this build though, we're going to be taking a look at the Fell Beast set, which is sitting at 269 pieces. There it is. This was the free gift with purchase set that Lego Insiders received if they bought the Barad-dûr set the first week of pre-orders. We got to talk about this though, because now you, the viewer, can't buy this set anywhere legitimately from Lego. You have to go through like a third-party seller. This set, it was just, if you had it in that first week, you got it, but now you can't. That's not really great, but it's an interesting set. This is a little ring wraith here. I actually forget to put on the cape for this. It's in a little box there with the 4 holes. I just completely forget to put it on until the very end of the build. But yeah, here it is. It's articulated. Had some cool spikes on it and everything. Nothing too interesting. Here's another tail spike on it. And there's most of the body. I think the next part is about to be the head of it, which is also really cool. It's articulated. It's got like a moving mouth. Really enjoy it. Yep, there it is. There's the moving mouth and the tongue, the brown tongue, no eyes, just like in the movie. Very cool. And then here's another close-up of a spike that I don't realize that it's going to be used like 50 times in the Barad-dûr set. So yeah, there it is. Nice close-up of this one piece that's going to be used many times. This is all sped up about like 5,000%, I think. I did that for most of the other set too, because this took me a while. The Barad-dûr set took me 11 days to put together. This one only took me a single night. There's some legs. I think now I'm going to start working on the wings, which the wings I'm a little conflicted on. Here's the frame on it. Once you get the frame, you pop out these little plastic film things here, and you kind of just slide it onto these sort of balls on the frame. I felt like I was just gonna rip it the whole time. I was kind of afraid to really mess with it. I struggle with it. I was sitting there struggling with it. But there's the finished wing. It looks all right. Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep dust off of that. It feels really fragile. So working on the second wing, and that's pretty much the Fell Beast. Yeah, really cool. Has a hard time standing on its own, but fix that. You put this little rock stand together for it, and there he is. Yeah. Really like this. Kind of really don't like that it's now after a week you can't buy this. It's gone, but yeah, it's still a neat piece. Neat claws, really like those. Totally forget to get there's the cape. Yep, there's the cape for the ring wraith. Having a hard time standing there. Yeah, really cool. But now it's time to get to the piece de resistance, the Barad-dûr set. Opening the box, I'm greeted with this sight of bag 31 and 32 at the top. There's actually 40 bags in this box. I just kind of get all onto the table to see what I'm working with, and yeah, 40 bags in this really thick envelope, really thick. And inside this, there's 3 building manuals. They sort of split the whole build into 3 parts. Just because I think putting it all in one giant book would make this a little unmanageable. First thing to get put together though, there's Frodo holding the one ring. It's really good. Interesting thing about my set though, I'm not sure if this is for everybody's, I actually got 2 extra one rings, which kind of defeats the purpose of the one ring. I think I got maybe the 3 rings meant for the elves, not sure. First thing putting together is the rock that Frodo is going to stand on. It's not actually part of the tower. It's this little stand for Frodo. There he is. Looking good. Nothing too crazy there. He just kind of sits on the side. Not really part of the tower, but now it's time to actually get started with the Barad-dûr set. And there's E. Kind of making the base, getting it framed out, sort of like if you're doing carpentry, I guess. Sam with his sword and a little file he got from the elves that glows. I think he used that to to kill or stab that one giant spider in the movie. Really cool. Yep. Really, this whole first part is just rocks and lava. Lots of rocks and lava. This is the first base. There's sort of split off into 4 and make it easier to put together. Yeah, and that's the back steps for the entrance. Really, yeah, just the front steps there in the black. And the first part's the wall. Really cool. And we're framing out the second base now. You can see my bowl there. That was the best bowl I could find to have all the little pieces in each bag. I think we're on like bag 3 or 4 on this part. Yeah, more lava bits, more rock bits. Oh, there's Gollum. Yep. And Gollum holding a fish that was included in there. I'm not sure how I feel about the Gollum minifig since it's so different than all the other minifigs. You know, it's got that kind of hunched over look. But still, very obvious it's Gollum. Actually getting some height on this part here. This is going to be a little cave where the fish goes for some reason. I guess this was supposed to be the cave for Gollum, even though that's not really mentioned anywhere in the movies or the games, I guess. Yep, there's the cave. Some lava pouring into a little pool there with a weapon on there. This whole thing's actually going to be inside the tower. It's all put together to the 2 bases. We're actually going to start getting some walls now. It's actually going to start looking like the set. There's the first wall. All the walls are kind of on these hinges to really get those curved edges on there. Some beginning of the spires on the edge there, putting it on the base. These kind of go on the front, and they actually hold another spiky bit too. Tons of spiky bits on this set. This is the beginning of another one of the first of the little secrets on there. This is just a little spider on a rock, and this goes into the side of the mountain for some reason. It's just something you can kind of pull out and show your friends, like, hey, there's this little hidden spider. You know, there's actually more than one of these on the set. And more of the mountain on the side there. There's the front bridge for the entrance. Tons of spikes. There's another part of the wall, part of the entrance, really framing out that entrance now. This is already a few nights in, by the way. Like, this is not a quick process. This whole video is sped up, 5,000%. So it was a slow build. Lots of the left side. Haven't even started on the right part of the base yet. And there it is. There's the beginning of it. Again, framing out like carpentry. Get all there. And the base is all kind of snapped together, and they hold together pretty well. More lava, more rocks. Snap together right there. There's one more piece in the center there, and it's sort of an internal where the forge is. Starting on the wall on that side now. And again, on those hinges to really get those angles in. Because with Lego, you're not going to get too many of those angles. It's like Minecraft, you got 4 edges and that's normally it. But finished part of the wall. I think we're gonna snap it in now. Yep. more lava, more rocks in the front. Really, this whole set is just gonna be lots of rocks. Top parts of the wall there. Some spires in the front. And we're basically be doing the same thing to this side that we did to the other side. These things in the front with some more spikes. Yep, more parts on the top. Get them smooth out with these little black pieces in the front, make them real nice. Some spiky towers put in the front. More little decorations at the top. More smooth pieces. Really, you don't see too many of like the little Lego bumps on the front. It's all really smooth or spiky. Looks really nice. At some points you can't really tell that it's Lego. This is the front doors. There's actually a really neat mechanism you're going to see later that the doors open on their own when you spin a rock on the side of the mountain. It's really neat. That's what those little bulbs on the top are. Now we're framing in the last bit. This is going to go on the inside, and it's going to be kind of the forge area, but it's also going to house the opening mechanism for the door, which is really cool. Get some towers in there. Now we're going to be working on the mechanism to open the door. There it is. Built up just a little bit. There's some gears in there, slides right in, and now twist that and the door's open. It's really cool. I really like this. This is one of my favorite parts of this whole set. We're nearly done with the first book, which is this bottom forge area. Getting the pieces sort of snapped together so they don't slide apart. Some top parts, and then that's how the second story sort of slides in. It came with a bunch of these helmets. We actually don't use most of the helmets it came with. It came with like, I don't know, 10. But, you know, I guess they're all just spares. There's an orc there with his new armor, new sword. Looking good. And we got another one here who's like the forge master with a hammer and a newly made sword. I kind of set most of the minifigs to the side. I do put them all in at the end, but I wasn't really sure what to do with them to start with. And now it's just kind of decorating the inner parts with a bunch of armor bits and sword bits and some tools to making those weapons. Oh, I've got to talk about this guy, the classic Lego skeleton. I'm so glad the set came with one because this really brought me back. I had a Lego set back in the 90s. I think it was like a classic movie monster set with like Dracula and a ghost and Frankenstein. And it had that classic Lego skeleton. I think I also had another set that was like a mummy in Egypt set. And I'm just so glad I got one of these little Lego guys, or the little skeleton guys again, because I think I might have just bought a whole nother bag of them just to have them. Nearly done with the first part. Actually, no, we are done. That's it. That's the first part. It's just the bottom forge area. That was like the first 20 bags. So yeah, halfway done. The next part, I believe, is the dining area for the orcs. Even though it's not really mentioned anywhere in like the movies or the books on what the inside of Barad-dûr looks like, Lego really wanted it to show what home life would be like for the orcs, I guess would be. So yeah, they need a place to eat. This was like the first time I thought, this is a little ugly. It's just a big gray block. But we do get it fleshed out. We're making another little alcove for one of those secrets. Right there, you can see the hole for it. We get the first part of the walls in first. Here's the secret. It's the plans for the 3 rings for the elves. And there they are. Slides right in, just like the spider. Just another one of those little things you can show your friends. Like, hey, look, a little hidden bit. Getting more in there. There's actually a little lava pit there. That's actually a orc grill. They cook over lava. Another bit of the mountain on the side there. Finishing up the walls on the outside. Go even higher with the walls. I believe this is another bit of the mountain. Even though we're on the second part of it, there's still more rocks. Always more rocks with this set. On the side there, you can see a couple little flames. I really like those bits. There's a big tower on the side. We make a second one for the other side. Lots of spikes. Always need more spikes. Sauron really liked his spikes. Make a bunch of these little decoration bits. These all go on the front. There they are. I got an orc here with a sword and a shield. Looking good. And I guess this is sort of like an orc chef, you know, holding a sausage. This really made me think of what orc sausage makers would be like. Right, you know, there's a kitchen, gotta be a cook. Little cooking table with a big bone and a couple of onions, I guess. Make all the decorations for the inside of the dining area now. The table with all the food and cups and some forks. The second bit actually went pretty quickly. There really wasn't much to it. There it is, slid in. It's already done. Connected to the first bit. Turn this massive thing around. It's already pretty heavy. Yeah, that's the second booklet. We're almost done. We just got the top library part of it now. We're immediately gonna start with it. Getting the base framed out for it. This actually has a really cool mechanism. I think this first part is the throne room. And the throne actually opens up to show the Palantir and a map of Middle-earth in the back. It's really neat. I think I show it at the end though. I start using Frodo and Sam as a paperweight because this book didn't want to stay open. And more walls. Just glowing window. Really cool looking. Another glowing window on the side there. And of course, more rocks, more stone. Barad-dûr is actually built into the side of a mountain, and it's really showing off that with these rocks. And there's the main man himself, Sauron. Really cool little minifig. The top little helmet and shoulder pad parts are actually a little bit of a rubber, which I thought was an interesting choice, but still looks really cool. I love him. Probably the minifig that's going to go for the most on eBay for those third-party sellers. You know, there's always those people that buy these expensive sets, rip the minifigs out to sell on eBay, and then they sell the set without the minifigs. There's the Palantir, and then it shows the Shire, and I believe that's Minas Tirith on fire on the other side. This is the inner part of the throne, just sort of a tunnel. Lots of these stickers. I wasn't a big fan of the stickers, but I don't think anybody who's into Lego really is into the stickers. I see people complaining about them all the time. I much prefer them to be just printed on rather than a sticker that you can mess up later. There's a throne and some banners. The banners are stickers as well. This is the roof of the throne room. That little part that's sticking out actually connects into the inner part of the tower to keep it secure. And there's the last minifig, the Mouth of Sauron. Not sure why they kept him for last, but still, really cool looking minifigure with nasty looking mouth on him. And then this is his library. I'm not sure why the Mouth of Sauron needs a library, but he has one. You can really start to see the tower part of this start to take shape. And this bit goes on the side of it. It has another one of those glowing windows. The fins are a cool effect too. This is for the other side. Some flames. Lots of flames towards the top. Another one of these decorative parts for the front part. And there's these two slivers on the side. Get them covered up as well. And now we're gonna go even higher. I actually had to move my camera for this part. I think I have to move it one more time too because this gets really, really tall, really, really fast. So this is another second part of the library with a ladder in it. Yep, I had to move the camera again. We're gonna do the same thing we did to the lower part. We're gonna get covered up with these fins and spiky bits. There's actually some spears too. Gotta build higher. I didn't have a great way of framing the top of the tower and what I was actually building on at this point, just because there was so much I needed to get in frame. You can see the spears on the side and more spikes that go in a circle around. These parts kind of hang on the edge. Not sure what they were actually supposed to represent, but they still look cool nonetheless. More spikes, more spears. This is actually the base of where the flaming eye goes. Nearly towards the end here. There's some sides, and you actually do put the eye together in these glowing yellow and orange bits. I think this was actually the last bag. Yep, putting the eye together. And there it is. All finished. Now it's time to put all these bits together. So there's the throne room. This part slaps right on top. There's a little pin. Make sure it doesn't fall off. Make sure we gotta get this right. Slide the pin in. Yep. Now that's secure. Get the bowl out of the way. Slide that to the side. Spin this guy around. And for the final bit, this just sort of slides and snaps in. And that's it. It's done. I really enjoyed this build. You know, it was 11 long nights, but still really fun to put together. I got a little tired with the rocks and the lava, but once it started getting to the walls and the spiky black bits, you know, I had a really good time with it. Yeah, this thing, it's tall. I'm still not quite sure where I'm gonna put it. It sits over 3 feet tall. I mean, it's taller than some kids. Yeah, there's the eye. The brown bits at the top really kind of accentuate how it's, you know, it's a glowing, flaming eye. You know, it's just absolutely massive. It's hard to describe the actual scale of this thing. And you know, there's doors. Nice close up of the doors. Welcome to Barad-dûr. The weapons in the back. You can see one of the grinding wheels through the door. I really love this set. Lava on the side, the sword just pouring and oozing out. All the spiky towers. The rocks going up the edge. Glowing windows. The massive flaming eye at the top. But, you know, the outside's cool. Let's take a look at the inside. Starting with the eye, working our way down. The eye actually has this little light brick. I'm not a big fan of this thing because you actually have to hold it. It doesn't like click or anything. And really the red light doesn't shine through very well at all. So I'm not really sure what this was meant for. I think the set would actually be a little bit better without that hanging off at the end. But coming down, we have the beginning of the Mouth of Sauron's library. On the front here, you see the 3 rings for the elves, the 7 for the dwarves, 9 to the humans, and 1 ring. Really cool. Second part of his library, and the main man himself, the Mouth of Sauron, his ugly grin. Here's the throne room, and I really want to show off the mechanism in here. Sauron on the side. If you pull on this little bit below the throne, it opens up and pulls out the Palantir, and you can see the map of Middle-earth in the back there too. It's just really cool. This might be my favorite part of the set. Just really cool mechanism on how the throne sort of splits and pulls the Palantir towards you. Big fan of that. There's the dining area for the orcs to get their grub on, some ale. On the back, you actually see the menu with a little chalk piece of meat. You know, meat's back on the menu, and it's the only thing on the menu. And the orc and cooking something in that pot, probably something real gross. Here we have the armory, sort of the bottom part. Lava pouring into that one pit, so you can forge something on it. Gollum sitting in his cave, enjoying a fish. And here's the spider again, sits above Gollum. Slide it back in there. And there's the skeleton, again, my favorite piece. You can raise him and lower him. Kind of wish you can raise him and lower him just a little bit more, but you know, it is what it is. You have a little secret too for the 3 rings for the elves. And that really does it for the inside too. Now before I go, I'm going to leave you with this last really cool shot of the whole build as a whole. Yeah, I really enjoyed putting this together. It was really fun. I'm looking forward to doing a lot of future LEGO sets. I haven't done LEGO in probably over 10 years at this point. And this was a really cool set to come back to. Yeah, if you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, maybe subscribe. I'm definitely going to be making a lot more videos. They're not all going to be LEGO. I actually have some intro Warhammer sets that I purchased. I'm really looking forward to putting together and painting for the first time. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, yeah, tune in later. Thanks.